Do you know how brave Bart's grandfather was when he was young? He commanded a team that struck fear into the hearts of the enemy. They almost successfully assassinated the enemy general. He could even prevent a bomb from exploding just with his muscles. He told these experiences to the children. But in the eyes of the children, these experiences became a clumsy joke. Their mocking laughter made Bart feel extremely embarrassed. He could only send his grandfather back to the nursing home. But at this time, grandfather received a strange letter.
Seventh Hellfish is dead! That means the fortune's almost mine.
Abe went to the graves of his team members. There he met his old friend Burns. Both of them took out a key from their pockets. They pushed aside the weeds in front of the tombstone and inserted the key into the lock.
Would you do the honors? Well, Simpson, 7 gone. As soon as you're in your pressboard coffin, I'll be the sole survivor and the treasure will be mine.
Over my dead body it will!
That's exactly the point.
That night, Burns had someone hide poison in Abe's dentures. Fortunately, Abe used the dentures as an alarm clock. He managed to avoid this assassination.
Abraham Simpson, your family is here to visit you.
Abe thought Homer was coming to take him home, but then he remembered that his family seemed to have never visited him. The assassination attempts kept failing. The assassin finally came up with a meticulous plan.
Was that me or was that you?
Abe was so frightened that he fled in a hurry, but the assassin chased closely behind. At a crucial moment, the nurse suddenly appeared. She took out her weapon and pointed it at the assassin. However, when the Simpson family learned that Abe was being hunted down, they thought he was just making up stories. But Lisa sensed that something was wrong. Grandfather was much more agitated than before. Maybe what he said this time was true, but there was no extra room in the house. They could only let grandfather live with Bart. When they were alone, Abe finally told Bart his secret. At that time, he was still a soldier. He commanded a 9-man team named the Hellfish. At that time, Burns was still a sergeant, but Burns started causing trouble during the assassination of the enemy general. After the war ended, they came to an abandoned castle. Persuaded by Burns, they decided to seize the wealth in the castle.
We can't sell the paintings now, we'd be caught. How many of you are familiar with the concept of a tontine?
Essentially, we all enter into a contract whereby the last surviving participant becomes the sole possessor of all them pretty pictures.
Now remember, you can't all sign with an X.
So we sealed up the paintings knowing only one of us would ever look upon them again.